Hello, everyone. I'm pretty sure I'm live. Let me just double check. Hello. I'm super excited to be with you all today. I've decided to run a fairly spontaneous, pretty intensive training over here on my personal page, which I usually reserve these kinds of trainings for my private Facebook group, the Business Alchemy Collective. But I decided today that it would be really fun to delve into what is one of my most favorite topics in the world of personal development and also some of my most favorite work that I do with my clients. And that is delving into the world of energetics and particularly the world of the lower chakra system. So this will be a 4-part training. Hello, who's live? Say hi. Over the next week, over the next 5 days, I'll be going live and delivering a fairly intensive training each day. We'll be focusing on a different chakra and we'll be looking at a different element of that chakra as it relates to igniting your power. So there's going to be some tapping, there's going to be some visualizations. Really, my intention is to give you like a tour through the lower chakras, and I'm going to explore the various reasons why I believe working with the lower chakras is so powerful, especially if you are in business, if you are putting a lot of energy into your marketing, into your content creation, into growing your business, growing your visibility. Your capacity to powerfully wield your energy is really, really important. It's actually one of those things, they say, people need to know, like, and trust us, always exceptions to the rule, before they will buy from us. I actually believe people need to feel us before they will know, like, and trust us. So how someone feels you as you come across in your content creation, in your sales processes, how they feel you energetically, how embodied are you, how expressive are you, how open are you, how approachable are you, how magnetic and charismatic are you. How much do you radiate leadership and magnetic authenticity? All of this is the realm of the lower chakras. And as we're going to be exploring what can happen over a lifetime, but particularly in the early years, kind of like the first 10 years of life, what can happen is we energetically shut down at various chakras due to trauma that we experience in the world. So we're going to be exploring what happens at the different consciousness levels of each chakra. Now, this is some of the very powerful body of work that is the woman who created this work. Her name is Margaret Lynch. I am trained in her amazing Ignite Your Power coaching certification. So we'll be delving into this work. You can definitely check her out if you want to explore more. But this is a lot of the energetic work, and especially today we're going to be talking base chakra, a lot of the nervous system work that I find is absolutely powerfully essential. So this is for you if you want to receive more, if you want to, really learn how to open your energetic body so that you can call in more of what you want, more aliveness, more courage, more passion, more money, more sex, more sensuality, more of everything, right? It's the body. The body is the gateway. And now this has been a bit of a theme for me over the past week. I've been delving into this topic in my content, and this year has never been shown to me more powerfully how true this is, that the body is the gateway to transformation. The body is where we store all of our trauma if we don't actively process it. It literally comes into the body. It stores in different areas from an energetic perspective. It stores and blocks up different chakras depending upon the different consciousness levels of each chakra. Obviously, from a physiological perspective, this is what makes us sick. This is what activates our nervous system's stress response. And we all know the impact that the nervous system has and the stress response has on our body and our capacity to really be in our body. My journey over the last kind of 10 years that I've been doing a lot of personal development work has been learning how to come into my body and have that be a safe place, how to feel my feelings, how to, really bring my awareness into the depths of my body and not live solely in my head, right? I can be pretty heady. I'm sure many of you can reflect on that and resonate. And so for me, the more I came into my body, the more I, really resisted the urge to suppress, the more I came into the depths of my lower chakras and learned how to ground my energy, the more powerfully I was able to really be in my body, and as a result, wield much more powerful energy. So you can always tell someone who has done a lot of lower chakra work is that they have an energy about them, right? Or someone whose lower chakras are really tapped on, like they're really activated, they're really powerful. They have an energy about them, you know, someone who walks in the room and you feel their presence as soon as they enter the room. You can feel them. They carry an energy, a charisma, a magnetism. They carry this powerful energy that you cannot fake. This is the thing with this work, right? You cannot fake your way to charisma. You cannot fake your way to magnetism. You cannot fake your way to embodiment. It's a process. You have to go through, right? You have to go through the body, and you have to release what's stored, and you have to really do the work to have your body be a safe place for you to reside. So a lot of the people I work with, a lot of the women in particular who have experienced traumatic things in the past, often we will do some of this lower chakra work, and I'll ask them, you know, what would happen to you if you were to really go into your body and feel what is stored in your body? And often what I hear, you know, the fear that can drive this, they will say, I'm afraid if I go there, it will overwhelm me. Like I have spent such a large part of my life really being very comfortable in my head and not really being fully embodied in my body, not being present in my body, in the depths of my core. Why? Because there's too much painful stuff there. So this is what happens, especially if there's been traumatic things that have been experienced, especially if those traumatic events have happened in childhood. So this is very, very powerful work. It is work that I take very responsibly and seriously at the same time as it's very powerful, right? It activates all of this power which we store in our body, right? Which we shove down. And of course, if you have an experience of power as being that's inappropriate, or, you know, women aren't supposed to carry that much power. And of course, there's all different kinds of power, right? We have energetic power, we have sexual power, we have magnetic power. It's all really one and the same energy, but we can often come face to face with societal conditioning, especially when we do this work, right? So I'm excited to be with you over the next week. Hi, Maya. Welcome, beautiful one. Today we are delving into the base chakra, which is where we all begin. This is our foundation. And tomorrow up until Friday, I'll be taking Thursday off because I will be in transit, but I'll be completing on Friday with the heart. Really powerful. They're all really powerful. But anyway, nonetheless, this is for you if you want to learn how to be more powerful in your body, if you want to learn how to ground and wield your magnetism. And, you know, like I said, it transmits, right? It transmits through content creation. It transmits through your videos. It transmits on your sales calls, in your coaching client calls. Like, this energy is the energy that people feel when they come in contact with you, right? They feel it. It's powerful. And so I know I have a number of clients that I've been working with. And when we first started working together, they would often say things like, you know, I'm putting myself out there online. I'm showing up every day. I'm doing all the things. And I just don't feel like it's being noticed. I just don't feel like people are noticing me, no matter how much I try and put myself out there. Now, strategy aside, algorithm aside, and all of that, what I always say to that is, well, yes, that's often because the lower chakras and your capacity to really be powerful in your energy is not turned on, or it has been turned on, but it's been switched off, right? Because of various things that have happened. Hey, Taylor, welcome. So yes, let's delve in. I have a powerful process for you today. We're going to do, if you're with me for the next 40 minutes, come along because it's going to be a really powerful journey. We're going to be delving into the base chakra and into the nervous system. And when we're talking about the base chakra, right, this is our foundation. Yeah, this is your capacity to be in your body. This is your body itself. Now, I will presence this a little bit, and I will say, if you've done some work with the chakra system before, potentially the majority of you have. You know, we talk about the chakras all the time. I want you to put what you think you know just to the side, okay? Because my approach and the approach that I've been trained in, it kind of takes a different, it takes a different route, right? And it talks about the chakra system from a very different perspective. So as much as you can, listen with fresh ears and look with fresh eyes. We're going to be doing some tapping, one of my favorite tools to work with the body and to release energy. And the base chakra, it's all about your capacity to be in your body and your capacity to have your body be safe. So I was working with a beautiful client this morning, and what came up with her for her was the belief, it's not safe for me to be me, right? It's not safe for me to be seen in my uniqueness. It's not safe for me to just be all that I am, little old me standing here. I have to be bigger, I have to be bolder, I have to be something else. And so this is a classic first chakra issue, right? Where the body doesn't feel safe to be truly seen, right? The body doesn't feel safe to be simply me. This often goes back to an inner child wound, or to a wounding that happened when you were a child. But the first chakra, this is your capacity to be in your body, to have that be safe, to feel like you belong, to feel like you belong in your body, you belong on this planet, you belong in your family, you belong doing what you're doing, right? This is belonging. Your capacity to really know how to work with the nervous system. So at the first chakra, you can think of it like the nervous system and the first chakra go hand in hand, right? This is very connected to our reptilian brain. This is very connected to our tribal conditioning and our societal conditioning. So I do a lot of this work, especially in relation to money mindset. And this is the world of the first chakra. Now, we're not going to be talking too much about money, but at the first chakra level, this is safety and security. Now, we've made a societal decision, collective decision, that money is a metaphor for safety and security. So therefore, when we work with money, we work with really, recreating wealth programming in the brain. We're also working directly with the nervous system, and we're working directly with the first chakra. So like I said, very connected to your family and to what you've inherited from your family, what programs, conditioning, beliefs, what's been passed down the familial lines. And it's also your, either, like I said before, your rejection of your body or your acceptance of your body. So this is the work, right? This is the work. Your body is the gateway to your transformation, and we always begin with the first chakra. So say hi if you're here with me live. Got 4 people. Awesome. I'd love to know who's here. I see Maya and Taylor. I should say, if you're tuning into my page for the first time and you don't know who I am, I'll just quickly introduce myself. My name is Tash. I am the CEO of Ashwin Publishing, and I'm also a embodied leadership mentor and business alchemist. So welcome, welcome. I'm going to take you through a little visualization and then process. So we're going to be doing some work with the nervous system today. So if you can, I really invite you to put your feet flat on the floor, to try and limit any distractions that you are involved in, and to gently close down your eyes. And as you're bringing down your eyes, I want you just to take a really big deep breath and really just start to land and ground into your body today. And we're working with the first chakra, so this is the body. So just start to feel what it feels like to be in your body. What does it feel like in your body right now? Do you feel comfortable in it? Do you feel uncomfortable? Is there pain? Is there rejection or acceptance? And just breathing and just recognizing this meat suit that you've inherited is all you've got for this lifetime. So we want to work as much as we can to really accepting and honoring our body. So I want to invite you to let your body hear you say that. I honor you. And, might like to do a little bit of just, touch your shoulders. Thank you, body, for carrying me through this life, for putting up with all that I put you through. Body's always talking, and it's whether or not we're tuned into the language of it. So I want to invite you to bring your awareness to the feeling of your hips and your pelvis. If you're sitting in a chair, feeling your sit bones, maybe even feeling the shape of the chair pressed behind your spine, supporting you. Feeling your legs. You might even bring your hands to your legs, to your thighs, and just squeezing gently, just really bringing yourself as much as you can into the body, into your body. This is my body. I am safe. I belong in this body. I am safe in this body. And I want you to ask the primitive part of your mind, that is your body itself. I want you to ask it for permission to see a scan of your body in your mind's eye. And if you find visualizing difficult, I want you to start to just feel a sense of your body. Just like you're looking at a TV screen, seeing an outline or sensing an outline of your body on that screen. And I want you to allow your mind to paint this picture and just see how you look. Imagining that you're looking at a scan of your body in your mind's eye. And now I want you to fill it with white light, almost like you're illuminating it to see if there's any spots that need attention or that need help. You can see the electrical system or feel the electrical system. Just let your unconscious mind fill this scan with the pulsing electrical energy that represents your nervous system. This incredible electrical chemical system that is your body. Do you see or feel all of this wiring that comes up through the nerves of your spinal column, out to every limb, every organ of your brain, up to your brain? And just see all of the systems responsible for the physiological stress response that makes stress hormones course through your body, preparing you to flight, to flee, to fight, or to freeze. So see that pulsing electrical energy just like you're looking at a scan of your whole body. And now imagine that you can see this whole system and how it works at the average level of stress response or anxiousness that you feel you walk around with on a daily basis. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being completely stressed out, almost in panic attack mode, and 0 being I am relaxed, I am not stressed at all. What would you guess you operate at on a daily basis? Just allow a number to come to mind. And if it's a 5 or a 6 or an 8 or a 2, let your body show you or paint you the picture of what that looks like to your nervous system. What does it look like? The frenetic energy of all of that. And I want you to see how it affects all the systems of your body. If you know anything about the nervous system and the stress response, you'll know that when your body's in stress, it takes energy away from your digestive system, from your immune system, from your fertility system, your hormones. It taxes your adrenals. It literally turns off your prefrontal cortex, your reasoning centers. Because to the body, when you're in stress, it doesn't recognize if you are about to click live and go live on Facebook, or if you're running from a tiger, trying to fight for your life. It's exactly the same response in your body. And finally, I want you to bring into this picture in your mind's eye something that represents a big goal that you're working on, or something that's really important to you. So I'm going to guess the majority of you are here probably in business. So let's really bring in this goal of you building up your business and see what that does to the scan of your body when you tune into the goal. Does it increase the stress? Does it decrease the stress? What happens? So just capturing all of that information and then coming back to the space, opening up your eyes. What I would love, we've got 4 people here. I would love to hear in the comments, what number did you receive when you tuned into that visualization? What number out of 10? Now, this is often really, really important insight, right? Because we don't recognize, if we're consistently stressed, we often don't recognize it, right? We get very used to dealing and managing it, dealing with it, and still keeping all the plates juggling in the air, that it's not until we actually stop and really get honest and tune in that we recognize just how much stress we're under. And I don't know about you, but with the combined stress of the whole 18 months, more, 20 months, and then personal stress, business, entrepreneurial stress, financial stress, relationship, health, right? It's a really intense time, which is why I've decided to do this session today, because if you can learn how to turn down your stress response, that's the first thing that you need to do to be able to come into your embodiment. So feel free to let me know in the comments, what number did you get out of 10? And I'm going to just come here. Alrighty. What we're going to do is we're going to do some tapping. So if you haven't done tapping before, it looks really weird, but it's really powerful. Tapping, it combines the meridian system, the acupressure system. It combines the nervous system work and speaking and vocalizing. Okay, so Taylor had 6 to 7. So that's a significant number, right? 60 to 70% of the time, I feel like I'm in stress. Maya had 4, which is awesome. That's great. I mean, obviously there's still a way to go till you get to 0, but 40% of the times, doing really well, Maya. More, a little bit there to reduce. So Taylor, I really invite you just to get present to the impact of 6 to 7 out of 10. How has that been impacting you physically, emotionally? Like, what's the impact of that 6 to 7 out of 10 on that stress scale? So when we're talking about the nervous system, I find tapping to be one of the most powerful tools that I've come across with, tapping and breath work, because it works with when you're working with the acupuncture system, you're also working with the nervous system. As we release through the acupoints, it also releases through the nervous system. So let's dive in. And we have one more person here too. There's 3 people. So whoever's hiding, say hi. I'd love to know who you are. So this script, I am happy to upload it afterwards because it's an awesome script to have in your back pocket. Oh, Rosie, hello, sweetheart. In your back pocket, whenever you're feeling that you need the extra support, okay? This tapping script around turning down the stress response and calling in calm into the nervous system. So, Maya, my main stress is the thought of having to put the Christmas tree up. Well, you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well. We've got a little Christmas tree. It was easy to put up. So let's just, before I do any tapping, I always close down my eyes and, reconnect with whatever it is that I'm tapping about. So one more time, just quickly, gently closing down the eyes. And, they say we have to feel it to heal it, right? We have to feel what is there before it will be released. So this is especially true if we're working with emotions or pain or grief, trauma that we have suppressed for a long time. I often will say before a tapping session, bring it up and allow it to really flood your system, whatever it is. So in this regard, bring up that feeling of stress in your body, stress in your nervous system, and allow yourself to lean into it for a moment, like to really witness it, meet it, and lean into it rather than resist it. That's typically what we tend to want to do. We tend to want to go, oh, I don't want to look at it too much, not going there. Allow it to flood your system, like every cell in your body is acknowledging this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start tapping. So opening up your eyes. I won't go through the tapping points If you haven't tapped before, you'll be able to watch. Personally, I like to do one and then swap to the other. You might like to do both like this. And this tapping script will go for about 10 minutes. It might get to the point where you get 2/3 of the way through and you're like, all right, I've had enough. Please stick with it. It's really important that you see it out, okay? Alrighty, so let's go. So I'm going to say a line and then you're going to repeat a line. Okay. I honor my flight or fight response. I honor my primitive reptilian brain. I honor this response in my nervous system. This ancient inborn response, wired into my genetics for survival, from times when survival was physical. Kill or be killed. Fight or be eaten. I honor my nervous system that is primitive, the most unconscious part of my being, that triggers me into fear and anxiety in a very physiological way. That is not supporting me right now. That has become chronic. Because I'm walking around at this number, which means the danger never goes away. The danger never goes away from me. And of course, more true, the higher the number. And so at some level, I'm always on high alert. Chronic anxiety. And I'm just going to honor that. Some of this comes from my childhood. My first chakra wiring from my programming, from painful experiences and things that I learned as truth about my safety in this world. And I totally get it. And some of it comes from my big goal of building my business, putting myself out there, being seen in a much bigger way. Both trigger this primitive fear response, which isn't supporting me right now. And I totally honor that. And I'm bringing in some new understanding, some new consciousness to this most primitive and unconscious part of my system. There's no bear chasing me. I am not in life-threatening danger. I am here. I am safe. I am okay. These things are simply thoughts. Thoughts and ideas. Worries. Not about being killed, but about emotional pain. And I'm just going to honor that. I'm open to feeling and holding my fears of experiencing emotional pain, disappointment, upset, loss. I'm open to feeling and holding them with love. But I'm not needing to fight. I'm not needing to run. This physiological response, this army in me gathering for a fight, can stand down. This is peacetime. I'm safe in my home. My primitive brain has this confused, and I get it. There is no monster. I'm actually surrounded by beings of light, and people who care about me and who want to support me. And I honor that this new information, this surprising information to my reptilian brain, and I'm open to bringing it in anyway. I am safe. I will be safe. I'm in my body. I belong in this body. I am safe in this space. I'm giving my nervous system permission to stand down, to rest, to restore, to calm, to a whole new calm in my system. A whole new concept of calm in my system. A whole new understanding of calm in my system. A new experience of calm in my system. Dropping down, down into calm in my nervous system. 1, 2, 3 points more of calm in my nervous system. And this filters through my entire being, my physical body, more fluid, more relaxed. My heart and lungs become steady, my mind spacious, pulsing, calm, open, my body receptive. And from this place of safety, my mind has access to my 7th chakra connection to take in anything from the field, all the knowledge that has ever been, open to receive it all. Mine for the taking, as my mind is calm. And as my system calms down, I'm open to receiving miracles. I'm expecting to see miracles. Letting go of the narrowing of my mind as it restores calm in my system. Creative, spacious. My muscles becoming relaxed and fluid. There is motion in my body. My emotions become resilient. My physical being calming down into a physiological state of restoration and relaxation. I honor this amazing ability of my body. I honor my body. And my most primitive brain, turning off the fear in my amygdala, coming back into calm in my body. I honor my whole body. I'm safe in my body. I'm here in my body. Okay. So just taking a breath and closing down your eyes. And I just want you to tune into how it feels to be in your body right now. You might feel heightened energetically. You might feel open and expansive. You might feel peaceful. You might feel like you're not quite there yet as well, and in which case I would suggest to do the tapping again. But what I want you to do is bring up that scan again of your body that we created in your mind's eye before the tapping. And I want you to tune into what number you are right now. So if you were a 6 or a 7 before, where are you? Where are you now on that scale? Has it dropped? And it might have dropped 2 or 3 points. Sometimes it drops all the way back to 0. But a progressive decline is good. It's good to see that scale coming down, right? And so just feeling into your body and feeling what it's like, once again, to be in this body that you live in, that your soul is contained in. And of course, it's not just contained in it, but you know what I mean. Oh, my main, okay, emotionally caused immobility, blocking creative channels. Yeah, that must have been in relation to my question before. I'm a 4, feeling calm and steady. Okay, that's great. Maya and Rosie, if you're here, let me know. But from a energetic and nervous system perspective, from an energetic and chakra perspective, what we want to do is, like, when we're working energetically, we want to start to see that the first chakra is like the foundation, right? You cannot build a house on top of a shit foundation. What happens? The house is going to fall over. So really getting into your foundations, into the fundamentals of your energetics, into your nervous system. And I'm ready to do the Christmas decorations. Yay! Is so essential, okay? Especially with everything that's been happening around the world, especially with the intensity of being in the entrepreneurial world. That shit is a fucking roller coaster. So learning how to really manage your nervous system and how to work with your nervous system is absolutely essential. Now, this doesn't mean that there's not going to be times when you don't feel stressed. Of course, right? It's business. We often feel stressed, and your business will push you to the edges of your comfort zone and beyond. And actually, it's designed to do that, especially if your business is what I call a soulful business, where this is like the vehicle for your soul's work, for your soul's expression. It's actually designed to challenge you, to push you out of your comfort zone. It's a part of your soul's work, right? Your business and what it evokes within you, what it encourages you to deal with, is as much a part of your soul's work as the actual work that you do with your clients and the transformation that you facilitate. That's why business is so powerful, and why doing the inner work to ensure that at every new level you are acclimating your nervous system is absolutely essential. They say new level, new devil, right? New level, new devil. There's always a new aspect to deal with, with each up level that we go through. Now, I've done numerous up levels. I know for me, whenever I'm going through a big up level, the things will happen in threes, right? But I understand now, I can see, okay, there's stuff starting to happen in my life that, okay, here are the signs, I can see the signs, all right, I must be going through an up level. And I know how to deal with my nervous system. I know how to acclimate my body and my energetics at each new level. Otherwise, you're going to get to just before that level, right? And all of the things that are going to start to happen, right? As you approach that up level, the upper limits, and it's going to be too much, and your body's going to trigger you into sabotage, or you're going to get sick, or relationship breakdown is going to happen, or something's going to happen in your life that's going to distract you from the up level. Why? Because every up level feels unsafe. And so the nervous system, the number one priority of your nervous system is to keep you safe. So if you're not acclimating energetically and from a nervous system perspective with each new level, up-leveling and expanding in your business is going to feel really, really hard and really, really triggering, right? As we come face to face with all of our conditioning and all of our programming. So looking at the base chakra, I'm not going to touch on it too much, but we can also look here at the relationship with our family beliefs that we've taken on, and importantly, all of our money programming, all of our money wiring, our wealth consciousness is very, very connected with first and second chakra consciousness. But what can happen, especially in youth when we're young, is, when we experience traumatic events, typically before the age of 10 or 12, we can make these big decisions, and actually they're vows. I call them chakra vows, right? We make these big unconscious decisions about ourselves, about the nature of the world, about the nature of our safety in the world, about the nature of how lovable we are, or how worthy we are, or how deserving of love we are, or how safe it is to be seen, how safe it is to be in my body, or how not safe, how unsafe it is to be seen for who I truly am. This is one of the biggest things that I work with from an energetic perspective with my clients, around really coming back to safety in the body. Is it safe to be in your body? Is it safe to ascend to that next level. Sometimes it's not safe, but are you working energetically to acclimate at each new level? Really, really important. And of course, as we all step into this new age, this new era, I'm calling it the Great Awakening. That's what I believe is happening as people all around the world start to wake up to the truth of what's really been happening on this planet. We need you. We need you as leaders of your communities, as powerful body workers, energy workers, mindset supporters, mentors, coaches, space holders, healers. We need you now to rise so that you can support your community as they start to realize the truth of what has been happening on this planet. You're going to be needed to support your people. More importantly, your people are going to be looking for people to guide them into this brave new world that we're entering, into this wild, wild west. So as much as you're probably going through all of your own inner shit at the moment, potentially, recognize, please, that this is also so much bigger than you and the stuff that's being triggered, right? Everyone's shit's being triggered left, right, and center at the moment, yeah? Everyone, every single one of us. But at the end of the day, your mission and your soul mission, why you're here doing the work that you do, is so much bigger than your triggers, and is so much bigger than your fears, and is so much bigger than your sabotage patterns and your health issues and your relationship dramas. It's so much bigger than that. So the universe will test you as you ascend to each new level of visibility, of leadership, of wealth, of success, of it all. The universe will test you, right? So we really want to come back to safety in the body, come back to the basic tools, right? Come back to really reprogramming your nervous system for this new level of visibility, this new level of leadership, this new level of wealth. Come back to that, because you are needed. You are needed. You are needed. So true. You are needed. So, I feel like that's a pretty natural time for me to wrap up. I think I've been on for 40 minutes there, guys. I said it would be about 45 minutes. I will be back tomorrow around the time that my little fella has a nap, and we're going to be talking about the Sacral Chakra, the sensual, shadowy, watery, beautiful, emotional, powerful, creative, activating realm of the Sacral Chakra, which is where we receive the world, where we birth, we grow, we create. It's very, very powerful to do the work. We feel to do the work in the Sacral Chakra. So please join me if you are enjoying this. We will be doing some more visualizing, some more tapping. And I wanted to share with you that this is a little taste of the work that I'm going to be doing inside my brand new container called Sacred Fire Initiation. I was about to say activation, which begins in January next year. This is really for any entrepreneur, any female entrepreneur at any stage of business who's looking for an energetic reset. So there is no strategy involved in this program, no business strategy. This is the energetic work that backs up and supports your up-leveling, that backs up and supports your leadership expansion, that backs up and supports your capacity to call in more, right? To call in more money, more leadership, more visibility, more pleasure, more sex, more sensuality, more orgasmic abundance, all of it. Feel more, be present. It's so, so, so cool. I'm really excited about it. And I'm calling in all of the people who are ready to step into this highly, highly powerful space with me as your facilitator. So feel free to let me know if you'd like any more information on that. We have an early bird special, which finishes in 1 week, and we kick off mid-January 2022. So juicy. It is. This is the world of it. It's juicy. It's sensual. It's passionate. It's sacred fire. That's why I've named it that name, Sacred Fire, because this is you plugging back into your power source. So tomorrow we're going to be talking a lot more about that and about how to really activate your passion, which is an emotion that rises from the second chakra and it moves all the way up and out. Just like anger rises from the second chakra and moves up and out. And if we're resisting one, we're usually resisting the other. Alrighty, my loves. Thank you so much. I'll speak with you tomorrow.